car. The basic things you're going to need is a wiring kit, which comes with a remote wire that plugs into your aftermarket radio or your stock radio, which sends a signal to the subs that it's going to be powered on or off. And then you need your RCA cables. This is what it's basically going to give the connection of this from the music to the subs, so which gives it that thump, which gives it that bass. And then you have your speaker wire, which connects to the speakers, and then you plug it in to your amp. And then you're gonna need, I know it's a different color, but it's red for power wire, but right here's your ground. Ground, basically you can hook it up straight to your battery on the negative side, or you can hook it straight up to your frame so it's got a solid ground so it can be powered and not be so it can run. And then you got your power wire. Your power wire hooks up straight from your amp for your subs to the battery. But basically for the wire you can run any gauge wire, and then the speaker wire and the RCAs doesn't matter because they're all the same. And then basically you would want to have your subs, in most cars you have them in the back. You would put them right here, and to get these subs you can get them anywhere from Walmart, Best Buy, any car audio equipment. And then majority of the time you want to check if you have a spare battery in the back or you just have a main battery in the front. So usually most batteries in cars have them in the back or usually right there, but there is nothing. So then what you would want to do is have your subs in, have your amp connected, have everything set up, and basically you can either mount your amp to your subwoofer box or mount it on the back of your seat, doesn't really matter. And then this metal wire, this is where I would particularly ground it. I would get a self-tapper. Well, first I would get sandpaper, sand all this paint down, and then get a self-tapper and screw it in here, and that's your solid ground. And basically what you would do, you pull this to have your seat down, make it easier. And then, oh god, technical difficulties, did not unlock the car as much. And then basically what you would do is pull your seat down, get all the wiring fished through. For your power wire, pop your trunk, once you have your trunk popped, you find your battery, and here it is. You'd want to pop this sucker off, get a terminal. Once you get the terminal, you can unscrew this bolt. It's just like this terminal right here. You crimp it and then solder if you want to, which I would, to make it safe, so you can get that power wire on there good, so the power wire doesn't slip out of that terminal. And once you do that, unscrew this bolt and then put your terminal on, screw it back down. So then now you got power. But make sure with your power wire you have a fuse connected to, because if it blows, you could possibly get your car on fire. And then if you wanted to, have your ground right here. But to make it easier, because not every ground, when you get a wiring kit, doesn't have long enough cable. And then once you have those connected and your amps powered and ground, what you want to do, get in your lovely vehicle. And for my car, it's a whole different thing. I already have my aftermarket radio. What you want to do, since this stock radio doesn't have the RCA imports, the remote control wire imports, and the remote, you're gonna have to get an aftermarket radio, which you can get anywhere: Walmart, Target, Best Buy, any car, or even AutoZone. Anywhere that they carry car parts, you can most definitely find a radio. So basically for my car, what would I have to do is I would have to pop all these plastics off, screw that off. And then for these, you pop these off. You unscrew these, you get all this out. And basically, once you have all this connected, you're going to have to order a dash kit. Where I highly recommend to get dash kits is either off of crutchfield.com, which is a huge website to get any car audio equipment. Or if not, I get them off of Amazon because shipping's a little faster and sometimes I get a better deal on the same brand than off the website, off of Crutchfield. So you'd get a dash kit, it would look the same thing exact that fits like this. It looks exactly, just minus all this. And then you have your aftermarket radio. Once you have your aftermarket radio and your dash kit installed, before you install everything, you have the new dash kit plastics in, your radio installed. What you want to do is install your remote wire, your RCA cables, and then your speaker wire. But majority of the time it's your RCA cables and the remote wire that's connected to your amp. So then after that, but the thing about this car, I have control buttons for my radio. So if you want to keep those after installing an aftermarket radio, you got to get a steering wheel control adapter so you could still keep these if you want. It's not mandatory, but it's optional. But what you do is that on the aftermarket radio, they have an import plug-in for it. You connect all the wires that connect to these, because there's all wiring just for these. So you'd plug in that interface, the steering wheel control adapter, and all connect them in. But make sure when you connect all these wires, you strip them and everything. You strip the wires, you twist them together. What I would recommend is if you got heat shrink, but it has the solder metal inside of it, because when you heat it up, the solder will just melt on top of the wire, so those will not go anywhere. Or if not, you can just twist them, solder them, and then heat shrink them. Or if you want the cheap way, just twist them and then get electric tape, wrap it around that. And then, but yeah, that is basically it. I think I've covered everything. And then once you got your amp plugged in and your amp, you can get it. But I would highly recommend, if you got an amp, go to Best Buy or crutchfield.com. But then once you have everything plugged in, turn your car on, get your Bluetooth, try the radio, put your iPod. Doesn't really matter. Just test out your subs, and then after that, mainly just test them out, tune them how you like it, or if not, you can get a professionally tuned for your amp. But overall, that is it. And this is the new car, Mr. Lighter. Got it Thursday. Peace, Mr. Lighter. Hope you liked my Teach for a Day video. I had some other things planned, but didn't go as far planned. But thank you for watching.